Do you want to pursue a career in motion design? Do you want to be a successful freelancer? If yes, then listen to the full episode to uncover tips on how you can become a successful freelance motion designer. Hello everyone, I'm Pratyush and you're listening to the Underdog Protagonist. This podcast is for those who want to take ownership of their lives. Today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Hafidh, who is a motion designer and has been teaching students for the past 6 years. So let's get straight into it. Hi Hafidh, how are you doing?
Hi, Pratyush. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Hey, so we know each other for a while now. For the people, for the listeners who don't know you, just briefly explain like who you are, what you do, and how did you get into the industry where you are right now.
Of course, and thank you, first of all, for inviting me here. Hi, everyone. I'm Hafidh Idris. I'm a motion designer, filmmaker, and a content creator based on Indonesia. I've been working in the industry at least 12 years now. I also teaching a post-production film in film school, and currently I'm building up a community called After Class Corner that focus on regeneration of new people to become professional in the industry. My career started after I won a short movie competition when I'm in college, and from that it allows me to enter movie industry and met a lot of professional filmmakers and open a new opportunity that bring me to where I am now.
Hey, that's super great, man. Into the speaking about the freelance, motion design, reiterating on the adaptation thing, we have got into the conventional methods, and in some way, we have turned ourselves into being the unconventional guru. In that aspect, in that scenario, you also have to market yourself,
Yeah.
or put yourself out there in the world so that people understand that you are a freelancer and you offer such
Mhm.
services. What are the other unconventional or lesser known marketing strategies that you have
Yeah.
found to be surprisingly effective in the journey of freelance motion design?
In Indonesia, mainly in Indonesia, what I learned here is the best marketing is still mouth-to-mouth marketing,
Hmm.
right? Because it builds very good trust. It builds a good networking. If you only see the data from CV and some writing, some document, you don't know the person, right? The most important thing when you work with someone else is the attitude, the person itself, rather than the skill. Because you can have a very good skill, but if you are not good at networking and work with others, people not gonna hire you. So that's the way I marketing myself. Even now, I don't have a website to promote my service because every job, every project that comes to me, it comes from mouth to mouth marketing.
So where did this generally start? Like people do not straight away get to know you, right? So let's say I want to get into motion
Mhm,
design and
mhm,
I
mhm,
want to become a freelancer
mhm.
of sort. Then what should be my first step, to put myself out there and let people know that
Yeah,
I am there for
yeah,
to help them out.
yeah. Just start making one very good project. It can be a fake project, it can be pile project, anything. Make it one, and then, as you said before, let others people know.
So you think like social media plays a huge role into making that happen?
Oh yeah, of course. Right now, if you have something to share, whatever it is, just
Mm-hmm.
start social media.
Got it. So if you want to showcase your work in social media, you also have to have you need to have a good knack of storytelling
Mhm,
and
mhm.
how you present your work. How do you leverage this power of storytelling in social media content to not only show your work but obviously to connect with your audience?
Yeah. It's a must. Storytelling is a must because every product or service you do, it always related to human emotion, right? And there's no better way to involve and pivoting someone emotion through storytelling. That's the key. The more it's related to people, the more it sells.
As you said, like you need to showcase your knowledge. This storytelling must be there, and you need to put yourself out there and
Hmm.
let people know like what you have to offer. So it involves a lot of knowledge, while being able to let people understand, and you are able to teach something to them. But the strategy that we adapt,
Yeah.
in a certain time, does not always work later. We always have to readapt, as we have discussed earlier. So is that any or have you come across any instance where you had to rethink your teaching approach to connect with a diverse audience?
Not in the class, outside the class. After the teaching is done, I always sit along with them, not be a teacher but be a friend, because
Hmm.
by then people more open up to you. They will listen you more, and I could listen more of their problem, and I could
Hmm.
give a proper and exact solution to their problem. And that's why I called my community is After Class Corner. It's actually a place when you could gather around, not as a student but as a friend.
Superman. Talking about being ourselves to represent our own true self in front of an audience. It just takes a lot of things into play, and a lot of elements that we have to incorporate and try to experiment in order to make the last thing taken in well enough, as you can say, like a good impression that they might have on you. So if you have to incorporate elements of play in this experimentations in your educational content to make all this concept complex that you have to explain a bit more accessible and engaging for your audience, so how do you go around doing that?
I do not do much experiment, but I always try to make everything as easy as possible, and make an easy analogy for every content, every material I want to share. For example, if I want to explain about you, about the color hue, and if I try to explain it from the book, like the hue is color spectrum that comes from the light and prism that blah 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 blah, right?
Hmm.
In the scientific way, your listener would be bored and confused, isn't that right? But
Of
what if
course,
I
yeah.
explain it that color hue is just a spectrum color, like in Teletubbies character, there's a red, green, purple, and yellow. Then people will understand it easier.
I was really curious, while I was thinking about what you have been doing and how you are producing content for others, being a one man studio at the end of the day. So there must be all sorts of challenges, and there should be a lot of blockers that keeps you from being inspired. Yeah, so that made me question, like, do you have faced with such obstacles, such creative obstacles that seemed impossible to tackle at the time?
Of course, always.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got like creative block and everything, I just it means that your body or your mind is exhausted, right? So just take a rest a little bit, watch something, or maybe take a walk, go to sleep, anything, because everyone have their own time and how they rest, right? Just take a rest, because when you have a creative block and obstacle, it means your body and your mind is actually exhausted and you need to rest it out. In the project perspective, if I get something that I cannot solve, I just put it aside, because this is my mantra. I quote it from Quran, because I'm a Muslim. God
Okay.
does not change a soul except with that with an incapacity, right? So if there's a problem in front of you, it means the problem is for you and only for you to solve. And don't hesitate asking for help for someone more experienced than you. Then the obstacle would vanish on itself.
In this journey of healing and finding challenges, solving challenges, you also have to infuse a lot of self-care and have to balance your personal well-being while able to perform in work and able to give the optimum results to your clients. So is there a routine that you follow to maintain a healthy work-life balance, or how do you have this on while pursuing your passion in motion design?
Just listen to your body.
Hmm.
Everybody have a different capacity of energy, how they recharge and discharge. So if you know how your body well, and then the well-being of your life, it's gonna come itself. And you could always manage your time and a framework to do, what best for you when you know and you listen to your body and what it's need. When your body say, I cannot do this, it's a creative block. That means, like I said before, your body or your mind need to rest. So just listen it and get rest.
Right. So what's your take on this meditation thing?
I don't do meditation.
Hmm.
It's weird, but like I said before, Everybody have a different kind of energy and how to recharge and discharge, right? Some people go meditate and they get better. Meditation for me, it's make me more stressful because I just go to sleep, right? So something like that. Just everybody needs a different kind of rest, different kind of outlet for them to expressing themselves and get rest.
Hmm, I completely respect that. For me, also, I have been struggling to meditate,
Mhm.
just because I have a lots of things going on, and it's very really hard to take out time for to infuse self care into your routine. I know it's a stupid thing because you always have time in some way lying around. Even if you scroll Instagram for like 10 minutes, you can
Yeah.
anyways invest that 10 minutes into putting that into self care and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's just the priorities, right? If you prioritize yourself, if you prioritize your health
Mhm.
in any sort of medium possible, if you want to meditate, that's also fine. If you have some other coping mechanism,
Yeah.
so that's also fine. I just wanted to ask you, what are the qualities or skills that a freelance motion designer should possess
Mhm.
to have a sustaining and a successful career in the space?
First one is a taste. That's the key. You could master any fancy softwares, tools, and equipment, but without a good taste, you could never ever produce a good creation, right? A taste come first. The second thing, it's nothing if you have a taste, but you can manage yourself, manage your time, manage your cash flow, and everything. So that you need to have a good taste and you need to have a good management.
So let's say someone wants to get into the space and
Mhm.
be a freelancer as a full time. What are the prerequisites I should possess to really get started on this motion design?
Just start. At the start of my career, I don't have the skill nor the equipment to make a motion graphic, right? But that don't
Mhm.
stop me to make one because I want to make something so bad. I just start making it and forget everything, and I just borrow the computer from my friend and
Mhm.
learn the After Effects from reading the user guide manual because I need this to be done. I need this motion to be started right and to realized. So I just start making it and forget about perfection. Only by progressing you could find a perfection. So just start.
Super great, man. It's so inspiring to see, to know that you don't need to possess all those things in order to get
Mhm.
started,
Mhm.
because you can anyways find that or outsource that from your
Yeah,
friends, relatives, families, or even if you have some other sources available. It's just that the willingness to get started, right?
yeah.
How
At the end,
much you want, how bad you want it.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's not about the tools. It's not about the gun. It's about man behind the gun, right?
Yeah, of course. So, considering this evolving landscape of this motion design industry, uh, there must be some innovative trends, right, that goes into play, or technologies
Mhm.
that shapes the future of motion designers. So, how does one go around, coping up with this ever changing uh, trends, and how can one prepare themselves for the change to begin with?
Mm. Don't follow the trend. Create one.
Superman. I mean, it's very astonishing to think that it's such a simple thing uh, can be turned into a teaching lesson that people don't really understand. You don't always need to follow something just because it works, right?
Mhm.
If you know your art well, if you know what you can do, if you're aware of your skills level, then you can always implement that, to establish something new and to make things happen for yourselves. So
Yeah.
if you are good on your craft, if you are doing well and you know how the things go into play, then you can figure out some ways that
Yeah.
can hook the audience and make them follow what you're doing, right?
Right. Because making a trend is just mixing one thing with everything else. When you follow the trend, it's actually just repetition of the past artwork. So that's what I said. A trend become a trend when you mix the art with your experience.
Right. So thanks a lot for sharing all these tips, bro. We are approaching the end of our session,
Mhm.
and I would like you to share any final tips or insights for our listeners who are interested in pursuing the career that you are into right now.
Just start making things whatever you like, whatever you want to do. Don't bother what people say about you, about your creation. Just start doing it today. There's no such thing as too late. Just start today and don't be afraid to create.
Amazing, amazing. Just start, don't wait, right?
Yeah.
So, for all these listeners out there and all the viewers that are watching this episode, where can they find you and where can they learn more things from you?
You could always find me on my Instagram and or YouTube channel at After Class Corner. But for now, it's still all presented in Indonesian language. But you could connect with me by DM or everything. And you could always go to the afterclasscorner.com/portfolio if you see my work, all my work in editing and post production and motion graphic.
If you found this episode helpful, then give this video a like and subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next episode where we throw light on a newer topic with another insightful personality. Till then, take care.